Wow.
Lovely and deep.
That was like Olympic weightlifting depth right there.
Three white lights for Berglund. How strong a lockout is that?
Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. No cap, I'm real. The plastic bars from a copy my steel. Copy my steel.
It's a good lift, 2-1.
Wow.
And Wright wins the title from Berglund by 2.5 kilos. What a sensational, dramatic end to fantastic first day's lifting.
Good morning and welcome to the 2024 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Velika Gorica, Croatia. I'm Emilia Potter, joined here today by Martin Flett. And this morning for you, we have the 63 kilo B group, followed by the 93 kilo B group. This evening will consist of the two A flights, if that's what you're looking for as well. So stick around to watch both. But this morning we'll have a flight of 8, I believe. Yes, 8 for the 63s, followed by a flight of 11 for the 93Bs. You can see the running order here today, and what a stacked class it's going to be through and through. As a reminder, as you see the order change of results as the morning goes through, this is subject to change later when we see both A flights, but I think we're in for a good day.
And we saw medals from B flights yesterday.
Absolutely, it's not unheard of, and as you so rightly said, we saw that in the bench press yesterday with the ladies.
Yeah, and if only she'd been in the A flight, she might have been able to be more tactical with the third attempt. Ended up losing it in body weight with 102.5, if I remember, but a great competition.
Absolutely, it's been absolutely astounding so far. Just before we start, I'd like to thank our sponsors ESN, Rogue and SBD, and Visit Malta and ESN being two of our newest sponsors, so really exciting to have them on board. And the clock counts down to bring on our first lifter of the morning, Leah Zunic, Croatia, 110 kilos. As you can see there, just opening 2.5 kilos below her best squat. Runs onto the platform, doesn't want to waste any seconds.
Looks good.
Yeah, lovely and easy for her.
3 white lights. Must be daunting to be the first lifter of the day.
Yeah, I mean, the first squat is daunting anyway, but as you said, to be the first of the day adds another element to that. But she did excellently, and just 2.5 kilos off her max as well. Iva Juric now from Croatia as well, opening on 117.5 kilos, actually 2.5 above her current max, and she is still a junior, the youngest in the flight, 21 years old.
Wow, well, if that was over her PB, where is she going to finish?
Yeah, wow, super easy for her.
She was very relaxed backstage when I went to check out some pronunciations, and that's the reason why, obviously in the form of her life.
Yeah, expect to see some sizable jumps from her there. That was 3 white lights for Juric. We now have Cinzia Zeltner from Switzerland 120 kilos for her opening squat.
Lovely and deep, although she does lean a bit forward, doesn't she?
3 white lights, a good lift. Yeah, as you said, leans quite forward, but she does kind of do a pre-hinge there, you know, so she makes sure she's nice and straight to get the command and then goes into that position.
Indeed.
We now have Katja Eichbacher from Switzerland, 130 kilos, has only been competing for 1 year.
And she's a teacher, and the Swiss lifter that preceded her was a deputy head teacher.
Perhaps at the same school, who knows? Now the weight looked nice and easy for her. Let's wait for the lights.
Yeah, it was on the border, wasn't it?
It definitely was. She does get a red for depth, but 2-1, a good lift. Let's look at that in the replay from an angle where we can see depth a little bit better. Yeah, it definitely looked better from that angle, but she's not going to want to go any higher than that. Now I have Agata Štarková from Czechia, 135 kilos. She seems very happy to be here.
Yeah, and she's with the Czech platform crew. Like being at home. Look nice. She nodded her head on the way up as if to say, that'll do. And 3 white lights. I think this is where I go and run away for a minute if someone's going to kill Martin.
Yeah, I'll take this one off your hands. We have Catherine Kilmartin now from Ireland, 140 kilos for her opening squat. 7.5 kilos below her best. And every time I see it, I love that SBD Ireland singlet more and more. Nice looking opener there for Catherine.
Yeah, excellent.
3 white lights, a good lift. Our penultimate lifter out now for the opening attempts. Yulia Malinovska, Ukraine, 140 kilos, opening on her squat PB. Has just entered the M1s, I believe, age 40.
That looked good. And we just wait for the third light. And the referees, there we are, 3 white lights.
Our final lifter out now to take their first attempt, and this flight is flying by with only 8 of them here. Jana Dutedois from Belgium, 145 kilos. Just out of the juniors at age 24, only competing 2 years. This is just 5 kilos off her best. So if this goes well, we may see a matched PB or a new PB on her second.
Yeah, looks good. She had to work a little bit, but it is powerlifting. It is the European Championship.
Absolutely. 3 white lights, a good lift, and she pulled a face I see on lifters a lot, which is that was harder than expected and that it should have been. So maybe fixes something heading into her second. But that means everybody's got their opening attempt in and can move forward and build their totals from here. We head into the second attempts now. Kicking us off, we have Leah Zunic, 115 kilos, a 5 kilo jump for a new personal best.
Looks good, and the referees say 3 white lights.
We now have Ivor Juric now, 125 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump from her opener, which was already her personal best.
And it looked easy, didn't it?
It did indeed. And so did that.
Words out of my mouth. Great lift.
3 white lights, a good lift.
She looks like she can't almost believe what's happening, how easily that went up.
Yeah, and it bodes very well for her third attempt. A big PB on the cards, it seems, for her. We now have Cynthia Zeltner, 127.5 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump, leaving her just 2.5 below her current squat PB.
That looks good as well.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Both the Swiss lifters going just below their PB on second round, which I guess is just about right, where you'd expect it to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, Katja Eisbacher here going 135, which is 2.5 below her personal best. 5 kilo jump from her opener. Moved well again. Ooh.
No,
And we did say last
we
time.
were hesitating.
Yeah, we said last time you don't want to go any higher than that, and I think she just did slightly. 2-1, a no lift on grounds of depth. Now this is the side she gets the white from, as usually hips are uneven. But
I'm not arguing with the referees on that one.
Yeah.
Not that I ever do, but
the jury seem happy with that decision too. But now Agata Sturkova, 142.5 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump for a 2.5 PB on her second attempt.
well, she was very convincing with her opener.
A little bit more work, but as to be expected, still looks good. And it was 3 white lights.
And it was a PB.
$147.5 kilos, now matching her Scott PB for Catherine Kilmartin of Ireland. I believe this is her second international, competed first at Western Euros.
Yeah, she's only been competing 3 years in total. Very new lifter. I don't remember the name from anything I've done, and I think I would. lovely and deep.
Okay, kept position nicely there. Let's wait for the lights. Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift. Let's have a look at that again on the replay. Two lifters remaining before heading through to the third round of squats. Yulia Malinovska from Ukraine, 147.5 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump for a 7.5 kilo personal best. Still moving really nicely there for Yulia, and it is a good lift. You see the spotters and loaders cheering for absolutely everybody, and it's so great to see the support they give as well as the safety.
Yeah, the viewers don't hear any of the things said on the platform, but when you're out there lifting, whoever the platform crew is, they're encouraging you all the way.
Jana Dutodois now from Belgium, 152.5 kilos. Our heaviest squatter of the flight, a 7.5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo PB.
No, well.
Yeah, unfortunately, just seemed a bit too heavy, and she did make a face on her opener like that felt a lot heavier than I expected. And it seems like that is the case, unfortunately. But she does have a third attempt and maybe can come back and get that then. But it looks like there is another lifter, Malinovska, who is putting in 155 for their third. So we'll have to see who walks away with the biggest squat. Of course, remembering the 63A group is this afternoon.
Still bragging rights for winning the B group though, isn't there?
Absolutely. 117.5 kilos for Lea Zunic from Croatia.
New PB by 2.5 kilos.
Wonderful third attempt there. And a new personal best, 3 white lights. Cynthia Zeltner now, 132.5 kilos, a 5 kilo jump, and this will give her a 2.5 kilo PB should she make this. Her squats have looked good so far.
That's a great squat.
3 white lights, a good lift. And you're absolutely right, she does lean a lot, but she does a great job of staying in that position and not folding over, which usually you see when it gets a little heavier, but does a great job of that. And now Iva Juric, 132.5 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump for a huge personal best.
Remember, every one of her lifts has been for a PB. She came in at 115. This is 132.5.
Oh, and it's still so easy. 3 white lights, a good lift. I reckon she needs to go out to the back room and max out.
Great celebration.
Yeah, that was absolutely huge from her. As you said, a 17.5 kilo PB from the start of the day.
On home soil.
Katja Eichbacher now from Switzerland, retaking 135. Now, her opener was a little bit difficult, and we thought she could fix something, but it still just failed her second on strength. But we hope that isn't the case and she can come back for it, but I'm worried it is.
Wasn't this the depth one where she got 2 reds?
You're absolutely right, yes.
Yeah, she got 1 red first time, 2 reds second time. She's got to go deeper this time. Oh, she has. Can she bring it back though?
But was it deep enough?
Yeah.
3 white lights, a good lift. No, you're absolutely right. She's looked really strong today, actually. I was thinking, of course, of Dutodoir from Belgium.
Yeah, we've only had 2 missed lifts in this whole flight so far. Should I not have said that?
And let's hope Agda Shturkova can keep that good streak going. 147.5 for a 5 kilo personal best. She's pumped up and ready to go. She's had a great day so far. This is to go 3 for 3 on squats. And she
Brings it back
smiles.
up well. 3 white lights, and the commentator breathes a sigh of relief that she wasn't cursed by the earlier comment.
Yeah, seeing some lovely third attempts here, and let's hope that continues for the following 3 lifters. Catherine Kilmartin, and she might, if you did curse her, 150 kilos.
I'm saying nothing.
2.5 kilos PB and a 2.5 kilo jump. A second looked good, but I think this is a good jump for her. She gets up, but I do hold my breath for a second, as at least at that angle it looked a little high.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a look at that on the replay anyway.
We don't like to call it high, and then the referees give it 3 whites, but that just looked a little bit high, didn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately just not there today, but the strength definitely is. Our penultimate lifter in this flight before heading straight through to the 93Bs, Jana Dutodoir from Belgium. Now, Jana was the person who missed 152.5 on strength, it seemed, on her second, but hoping it's something that wasn't that, and she can change. But as I said before, I'm a little worried that is the case.
Well, it's a PB if she gets it. So much better. Can she bring it up?
What a valiant effort, and 2-1, a good lift for Jana Dutodoir. She does get a depth call, and I was worried it looked a bit borderline, so let's look at the replay, where it definitely looked better from the side. So I think she'll be okay. And what a fantastic comeback from Dutodoir there. And our final squat from the ladies this morning, Yulia Malinovska from Ukraine, 155 kilos for a 7.5 kilo personal best.
Big jump, isn't it, from second to third?
Yeah, our M1 lifter of the flight, showing the young guns how it's done.
No, just too much.
Unfortunately, as you said, not quite there today, but a valiant effort and still a fantastic squat she walks away with. Of course, we do have Dutodoir leading in the squat, but we do have the 63A flight later, so that is subject to change. But don't go anywhere as we head straight through now to the 93B group.
And the first up is Oskars Paglekins from Latvia, and he will be opening on 225 kilos.
Yeah, 25 kilos below his personal best. Seems about right.
Well, the clock is ticking down. I'm not quite sure what the delay is. I saw him quite casually doing his wrist wraps. And,
There he is.
yeah, but he's only got, well, 25 seconds left. And if he has to re-rack, he will be in huge trouble.
Yeah, 20 seconds left. The benefit, of course, being it's his opener, so hopefully the lightest and easiest squat of the day that you can do quickly. 10 seconds left on the clock.
Gets the command. And a nice looking opener.
Yeah, I can't see too much wrong with that. 3 white lights, a good lift. Lovely and deep. I definitely hope he gives himself a little bit more time next time.
Now, Luka Hurgarek from Croatia is up next. 227 kilos on the bar, 20 kilos below his personal best.
Yeah, Luka is a junior, age 21. And you can tell with all that energy he's got there for his first squats.
That's a great opener.
And 3 white lights, a good lift.
And next we have Eli Brody from Israel, and he will open on 230 kilos. That look good. And 3 white lights for Brody. Now, Andrew Rubenstein from Belgium is up next, and he will tackle 232.5 kilos, well below his PB of 255.
Handled by Alba, who I believe competed for Spain yesterday.
Yes, there she is.
Lovely and deep there. Very wide stance squat.
Great opener.
3 white lights, a good lift for Andrew. Strong start to the day.
Next up, representing Iceland, it's Harrison Asena, and he is taking 232.5. No, sorry, I'm looking at Rubenstein, our screen stuck. Asena is taking 250 kilos.
Oh, it's a little difficult.
Yeah, and I thought he almost lost balance backwards.
2 to 1, a good lift. It's a depth call from that centre referee, Martin. Let's have a look at that.
See, I thought he was going backwards there for a moment, but he managed to control it.
I think he lost a bit of tension there in the hole, which is the issue.
Now, Balint Nagy from the jury has overruled the Iceland lift. It is a no lift. I was a bit worried about it. And of course, when there's only 2 whites, the jury can intervene. But this is Nagy from Hungary.
Three white lights, a good lift.
Now Daniel Emil Using from Denmark is next out, and he will be taking 255, 12.5 kilos below his personal best. Just asking for the racks to be 1 in, 1 out.
Yeah, you often see lifters do that to avoid clipping the rack, and the bigger lifters, the 120 plus, 84 plus, usually do that to grab outside the rack on the bar.
Oh, it looks good. Well, he got called for depth by the centre referee as well.
Yeah, let's look at that replay.
My initial reaction is it was in.
If you get white from the side referees, usually you're okay. I think it was quite close, but I think he'll be okay there.
Blažeković from Croatia, 255 kilos. Leonardo Blažeković. His PB is 272.5, so this shouldn't be unduly difficult.
Wow. That was incredible depth there from him. 3 white lights, a good lift. Let's have a look at that again in the replay. He looks incredibly strong there.
Now, Miroslav Nekaš from Czechia, the last but one out in the first round, opening on his PB of 260 kilos. Let's hope his training has gone well. Oh, it has.
Seems to be the case. Moved really well, and it is a good lift. 3 white lights for Miroslav.
And now we have Temesvári Tamás from Hungary, and he is the last out, and he will open on 270 kilos.
Again, opening on his squat PB. Another lifter doing that here.
Very experienced lifter, competing for 15 years. Now, is this risky? Not at all. Three white lights. And we go straight into the second round. And we have only the one red light to be overturned, and that was the jury overrule. And you can see Tamás leads with 270, from Nekaš with 260, Blažeković 255, Asena the only one still to register a lift.
Yeah, he managed to convince 2 referee that it was a white light, so if he could just get that one more next time, he'll be okay.
Now this is Paglekins, Oskars Paglekins from Latvia. 232.5. That looks good.
Yeah, 7.5 kilos didn't slow him down, and it is a good lift. 3 white lights.
And a little less rush than last time.
Yeah, I think that extra time did him good.
Now we got Luka Hrgarek from Croatia next. 237.5 kilos.
10-kilo jump from his opener and just 10 kilos below his squat PB.
And of course, junior lifter. Looks good.
And it was 2-1 though, a good lift. Gets called on depth there from that left side referee.
Let's have a look at it again.
It's definitely on the line, but I think he should be okay.
Now Eli Brody from Israel out with his second attempt, a 15-kilo jump, taking the bar weight up to 245 kilos to equal his personal best. Should be good.
Ooh.
No, it's not. Called on depth
Let's have a
by
look at that.
both side referees.
Yeah, that's usually not a great sign. Let's look at the replay.
Yeah, it looks higher on replay.
Yeah, it's a smidgen's high, but the hips just didn't quite get down far enough.
And this time the center referee gave it and both sides didn't.
It shows how different
Yeah.
that perspective can be.
Now, Andrew Rubenstein, Belgium, 247.5 kilos for his second attempt, 7.5 kilos below his personal best. One of two Belgians in the 93s. Rob Esselins will lift in the A flight.
Ooh, it's a bit of a fight there for Andrew, but gets it up.
I think it's good, but the question is how much more is there? 3 white lights.
Yeah, that's a good lift, but as you said, what is the jump now? It did look like he was very much reaching his top end, unless he just misgrooved that a little bit, but it did look a bit like strength.
Now, this is the only red light that needs to be overturned. Harrison Asena from Iceland got it 2-1, but was overruled by the jury. I think there were balance issues as well, so just everything needs to be a little bit tighter. And he will proceed through the competition. Only 5 kilos below his personal best. Oh, it's much better.
Yeah, and as you said, it was much tidier, much tighter this time round. Ooh.
No, he got 2 reds.
Now let's have a look at that in the replay. We know the jury will be as well. It definitely looked better to me, but I think that was the side we got the white from anyway.
It is, yes.
The Icelandic coach goes to the jury. But to no avail, it seems.
2 Icelandic coaches at the jury, but they
One for each red light.
They're not for turning. Now, Balint Naj from Hungary, 260 kilos. Fighting that up. He shakes his head at the top. Don't do that.
Ooh, yeah, and 2-1, a no lift on depth, unfortunately. Let's look at that again. I think he was shaking his head for a different reason,
Yeah,
but the
so do
referees
I,
see
but
it.
You're just giving the referees almost a subconscious cue when you do that. So Daniel Emil Using from Denmark next. The jury is overruled. That is a good lift. The jury giveth as well as taketh away.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Using is going 265, only 2.5 kilos below his personal best. Look good. But I think it's just in, just like the last one. 3 wide lights. It's efficient, no deeper than it needs to be.
Yeah, efficient is a great word for it, and he remains upright the whole way through. We can see here where he slows down, where it's going to get harder on his third attempt.
Now, Blazekovic from Croatia. We don't seem to have the Croatians in the audience like we had yesterday. They're almost raising the roof for their lifters, perhaps this afternoon.
This is just 5 kilos under his current squat PB.
Very convincing with his opener. Will the extra 12.5 kilos make any meaningful difference? Look good as well.
Yeah, almost paused it in the hole there. 3 white lights, a good lift.
2 more in the second round. Reminder, after the third round, we will go to a 10-minute break, and then we will come back for the bench press in both the classes we're watching today. 63 women and the 93 men, of course. And the 8 flights will lift in the afternoon. So this is Nekash from Czechia, and he is taking 270 kilos for a 10 kilo personal best. Oh, it looked great.
Yeah, that's a really fantastic second attempt. Plenty left in the tank for that third. He does get 2 to 1 though there.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that, but they have a much better view than we do.
He gets 2 whites from the side referees, and that's really who you want calling your depth.
Now Temesvári Tamás from Hungary, last out, and he is going 280 kilos for a 10 kilo personal best. Opened on his PB, and we were questioning the wisdom of that, but it moved really well. Now 10 kilos more. Had to really work. That looks good. 3 wide lights. And at the end of the second round, remember this is the B flight, there's no medal battles. Tamás leads with 280, Nekash second with 270, and Blazekovic from Croatia in third place, 267.5 kilos. Usain from Denmark only 2.5 kilos back from that. And we're into the third round, and it's Oskars Paglekins from Latvia to open with 240 kilos. It looks good again.
3 white lights, a good lift for Oskars.
Eli Brody from Israel next. He missed 2.45 at the second attempt after a 15-kilo jump. He got called for depth, and he is taking it again.
Let's go, Eli. Let's get it this time.
That looked better, yeah.
Yeah, definitely looked better.
Lift to the legs, and our referee say 3
And it was. There we go. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Great lift there from Rody.
Got those extra 15 kilos, which would have been big to miss out on after a big jump.
And we've got Hrgovic from Croatia next. And he will be taking 245 kilos as well. Just waiting for the screen to catch up. But definitely Hrgovic. There it is.
Just 2.5 kilos below his squat PB. He wants some energy from the crowd.
A 21-year-old student. This is 2.5 kilos below his personal best. Really worked, looks good. No.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried about
Called
that. I
on
held
depth.
my breath there. We're going to see the replay from the angle that he got the white light from. It's on the line. That definitely could go either way with the jury. And the coach goes over.
Big lift now. This is Harrison Asena, and he needs this to stay in the competition. Got his first one 2-1, overruled by the jury. Got 2 red lights for depth in the second round, and he must go that fraction deeper this time. Everyone in the building is willing him on. This to stay in the competition. This is the one that has to be right. Well, I think that's good.
Yeah, it definitely looked better than the first and second.
The referees think it's good. 3 white lights.
And he can sigh a sigh of relief.
He looks the calmest man in the building.
Yeah, wow, did not look fazed by that at all. And he says, why should I? Got it in the end.
Andrew Rubinstein from Belgium, 255 on the bar, this to equal his personal best.
7.5 kilo jump. The second started to look a little bit more difficult, but as you said, he's done this weight before. Let's hope he can do it today.
I just hope there was some minor technical issue with the second one. But they know what they're doing. They've added 7.5 kilos.
Oh, and he manages to carry on pushing through it. Wow!
How on earth did he manage that?
I don't think the bar dipped. Oh.
They say it did, and the jury can't even look at it. I didn't see a dip. Let's look again. Oh, he fought so hard. I didn't see it.
Maybe the best grind of the competition so far, though, so definitely a moral win there.
Now, Balint Nagy from Hungary, 265 kilos. for his third and final attempt to equal his personal best.
Wow.
Oh,
Another
again.
great fight.
What will the outcome be this time? Same, but this time it was called on depth.
Yeah, and he does get one white, so there's a chance it could be overturned. The jury will inspect it, but I think they're happy with the decision of it being a no lift.
Now Usain from Denmark, this for a 2.5 kilo personal best, 270 on the bar. He's 2 out of 2 so far. This will have been the plan. Get one on the board, jump by 10, jump by 5. And if he executes that plan, he'll walk away with a personal best. Oh, brings it up well.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift. Seeing some great fights in this third round of squats.
275 kilos for our next lifter, Croatia's Leonardo Blažeković.
And we have 3 to go before we go into a 10-minute break. The first of those is Leonardo Blažeković from Croatia, and he will take 275 for a new PB by 2.5. He's been hugely impressive with his first 2 lifts. No, not quite.
Great catch from the spotters and loaders there. Just a little too heavy today, unfortunately.
Next from Czechia, we've got Miroslav Nekaš, and he's taking 280 kilos, 10 kilo personal best if he can make this. And he will move to the top of the B group rankings and body weight, with, of course, the Hungarian to follow. Oh, it's a great lift.
Yeah, wow. Seems like he still had plenty left in the tank there.
3 whites.
What a wonderful third attempt from Miroslav.
I've seen more difficult openers today.
We have.
Now, Temesvári Tamás from Hungary, 285. This for a 5 kilo PB, and this to take bragging rights by winning the B group squat.
Wow.
What a battle.
This has been the flight for the squat battles. Absolutely incredible.
3 white lights. He takes the bragging rights, and in the B group squats, Tamás is best with 285. Nekaš from Czechia second in 280, but with more in the tank for sure. Usain from Denmark is third on 270 kilos. We'll go for a short break, 10 minutes. Join us again for the women's 63 kilo B group bench press.
Hello and welcome back. We have the 63 and 93 B groups here for you this morning. We've just finished up with squat and we head into bench press now. As it was before, we have the 63s, a flight of 8, and immediately afterwards we'll go into the 93s bench press. We have the running order up here on the screen. And we count down into it now with Cynthia Zeltner kicking us off, opening on 62.5 kilos, 5 kilos below her bench press PB.
Of the session, Switzerland's Cynthia Zeltner. The bar is loaded.
That's a long way back up. And she does it well.
3 white lights, a good lift. Followed now by her teammate Katja Eichbacher, also from Switzerland. She's only been competing 1 year, opening now on 70 kilos, 5 kilos below her bench press BB. Just giving the spotters there instructions of how she'd like her handout given.
Lovely.
Yeah, wow, extremely easy for her there. 3 white lights, a good lift, and it's well worth opening with something somewhat conservative. You want it high enough that you can make jumps close to something that you want to be at, but not so heavy that it's going to be too difficult to do there.
Yeah, you have 3 lifts in each discipline. Each lift should have a purpose.
Jana Dutedoir now, Belgium, 70 kilos. Opening bench, 2.5 kilos below her bench press PB. Looking good. 3 white lights, a good lift for Jana. Lea Zunic now, Croatia, 72.5 kilos. Another athlete opening just 2.5 below their best.
Another nice easy opener.
3 white lights, a good lift. In an ideal world, we won't want to see any drama here on the openers.
But now that you've said that, yeah, we just want everyone to have a green light against their name in the first round.
And we now have Iva Juric, who had a great time in squat, walking away with, I believe, a 17.5 kilo personal best, and the third still looked pretty comfortable for her. So let's see how bench goes. Already opening 5 kilos above her bench press PB with 75 kilos. Still a junior, so still finding her peak strength.
Wow. That's a 5 key PB. Looks so easy.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift, and already, as you said, has a PB on bench as well as a mammoth one on her squat. Agata Shterkova now from Czechia, 77.5 kilos for her opening bench press. Wow, that was super easy for her. Very comfortable. 3 white lights, a good lift. And exactly how you want to start a bench press. Our penultimate opener now for Catherine Kilmartin from Ireland, 77.5 kilos. She's a baker and she's cooking up quite the storm today.
Very quick press command.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Next up, Julia Paderowska of Ukraine, 77.5 bars loaded.
Yulia Malinovska now, Ukraine, 77.5 kilos. This already will be a 2.5 kilo personal best for her. Our final opener of the flight before moving straight through to second attempts.
Made that look easy.
3 white lights, a good lift. Some great examples of openers here from the 63s. With everybody getting their opener in on the board with plenty of room to go for their second. We now move into second attempts with Cinzia Zeltner, 67.5 kilos, a 5 kilo jump, and this will match her personal best on her second attempt.
That's good.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift, and still moving well there. And based on all of the openers looking pretty easy, I don't suspect, unless somebody's made a crazy jump, for the seconds to be too challenging either.
Absolutely.
Katja Eichbacher now from Switzerland, 75 kilos to match her personal best.
Nice and easy again. Look very smooth from overhead.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift. 5 kilos did not slow her down whatsoever. Yana Dutadua now jumping 5 kilos to 75 for a 2.5 kilo personal best. lovely soft touch there on her chest, and she was rewarded with a quick press command. 3 white lights, a good lift. Of course, the press command is given when the bar is stationary on the chest. You can see here, lovely and quickly she is able to do so and is rewarded for it. Leah Zunic now 77.5 kilos for a 2.5 kilo personal best.
That looks good as well.
3 white lights, a good lift. Eva Juric now 80 kilos, a 5 kilo jump and a 5 kilo personal best. Already hitting one on her opener, I believe there.
Yeah, 5 kilos seems to be the popular jump here. Everyone's gone 5 except Kilmartin, who's only gone 2.5.
Yeah, still super comfortable for her, and it is a good lift.
We're seeing a great exhibition of bench pressing here in this flight.
Catherine Kilmartin now from Ireland, taking a 2.5 kilo jump to 80 kilos, leaving her just 2.5 shy of her personal best. Her opener moved well. There's Jack Thornton, new head coach of Ireland, looking over her.
Easy.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift, and I think the 2.5 is a good call because it leaves her somewhere to go there for her third. I imagine another 2.5 kilo jump. $82.5 kilos now for Agata Shterkova in Czechia. A 5 kilo jump, and this is to match her bench press PB on her second attempt.
Look good as well.
3 white lights, a good lift. Yulia Malinovska now from Ukraine, 82.5 kilos, a 5 kilo jump, and it will be a 5 kilo personal best as well. Oh, it's a little bit of work this time round.
I think it's good though, and if it is, well, she gets a yellow.
Yeah, so let's look at that side angle, see if there's any sort of lifting that we can see. Oh yeah, it does look like her bum comes up
I
there.
worry for her.
So that's up to the discrepancy of the jury, whether they all agree. It has to be unanimous. For the time being, we have Cynthia Zeltner from Switzerland, 70 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo personal best. And we are now into the third round of bench.
The jury have finally finished talking, and the lift stands. So we have 2 solid columns of green.
And that looks good as well there for a new personal best. Let's look for the lights. And 3 white light is a good lift, a very strong bench session for Cynthia.
Next up, we have Natalie Eichbacher, 27.5.
Not very often you see 2 rounds and every lift is good. They're getting their numbers spot on today, that's the reason.
We have Katja Eichbacher now from Switzerland, 77.5 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump for a new personal best. Oh, that's such a shame.
She's going to get blues, I'm afraid.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why we were upset there, the blue means that the bar dipped down and it has to be one smooth upwards movement. Let's look again here. You'll be able to catch it just there. Yeah, the bar clearly went down, unfortunately. So that is our first no lift for bench.
I think she also got an elbow call because there was a red as well, for those of you who know what I mean by that.
77.5 kilos for Jana Dutodois, Belgium, for a 2.5 kilo personal best. Really nicely controlled, but unfortunately just a little bit too much today.
Well, they're pushing themselves to their absolute limits now.
Yeah, and it's the place to do it. Absolutely. You're at the European Championships. Try and get all the kilos you can out of yourself. And next up to do so, we have Leah Zunic, 80 kilos for a new personal best. She's been looking strong. Second was a little tough. Wow, she's fighting it up though. Oh my goodness, what an amazing bench press attempt. Let's wait for the lights.
I'm worried there may be a blue or 2.
2 to 1, a good lift. She does get a blue there from the side referee, so let's have a look at that replay.
There.
I'm not sure if it went down or if it just stopped. I think she could be okay with that. And we go on now to Juric, 82.5 kilos for a new personal best. Wow, absolutely incredible. 3 white lights, a good lift, and just like her squat, has added a whole lot of kilos to her personal best on bench.
Happiest lifter of the day so far.
I would be if I added all those kilos to my total as well. Great job from Eva. 82.5 kilos for Catherine Kilmartin for a matched personal best.
That looks strong.
Yeah, really good third attempt there from Catherine, and a good lift. 3 white lights. think it was actually a little bit quicker than her second. Really fantastic. Utilised a little bit more leg drive in that one. 2 bench presses remaining before we head straight through to the 93B group. Agata Sterkova, Czechia, 85 kilos for a new personal best. Just a bit too heavy today, unfortunately. Perhaps a 2.5 kilo jump there. Could have been there, but hindsight is 2020.
Well, this to win the B group.
Yulia Malinovska now, 87.5 kilos, a 5 kilo jump.
And I guess we suspected that jump might just have been too much.
Yeah, the second was quite difficult, so I was surprised to see a 5 kilo jump there, but a valiant effort nonetheless, and a great bench session from the girls there, with I think only 4 missed lifts in the entire flight.
Well, let's see how the men do in comparison to that, because we're now into the 93 men's B group in bench press, and the first out is Leonardo Blažeković from Croatia, 100 kilos on the bar.
Yeah, quite a way off his personal best at 162.5, so perhaps has been dealing with an injury, or it was before the rule change. A lot of things could be going into that, so let's see how the opener is, see if it gives us any answers there.
I would imagine it has to be some sort of injury to be that far below the personal best, but as you say, we'll soon see.
I think he's just saying the rack height isn't quite right and asking for that to be changed. Which, if it's the fault of the lifter putting it in wrong, the clock won't restart, but if it's the platform crew's fault, it will. Countdowns from 10. Wow, that definitely looked extremely easy for him.
Yeah. Just see where he goes with the next one now. Miroslav Nekaš from Czechia out next with 155 kilos. And I see that Blažeković has scratched his next 2 lifts.
Really nice opener for Miroslav there.
And that's 3 white lights.
Yeah, so I suspect, as you said, that probably is an injury. You know, the 100 was easy, just wanted to be able to carry on in the competition. And that means that the flight goes down to 10, so it'll be a little bit faster.
And Paglekins is next. Oskars Paglekins from Latvia, and he's opening on 160 kilos. And the funny thing is, when I went backstage to ask someone from Latvia how it was pronounced, it was him that I asked.
Just like his squat opener, actually, coming out with not so much time left on the clock. Bench is the one that you really want to give yourself the most time on. especially if you get that pesky re-rack command.
It looks good.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Next up, 160 for Hurga from Croatia, the bar is loaded.
Now, Hurgarek from Croatia. Luka Hurgarek. 160 kilos on the bar.
Twelve and a half kilos below his best.
It's a lovely opener. How an opener should look.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Now Daniel Emil Ussing from Denmark is next out. 162.5 kilos. 10 kilos below his personal best. Very solid performance in the squats. He'll be hoping to replicate that in the bench press. It's a good bench press. And 3 wide lights. Now Harrison Asena from Iceland next, 165 kilos. He had all sorts of problems in the squat, only getting his third one in. He'll be hoping for a much smoother run in the bench press.
Yeah, he's only been competing a year, so new to the standards, I suppose, of lifting, especially lifting internationally. So hoping the troubles are behind him in squats and a smooth bench press session ahead of him.
Yeah, it was a very tough introduction for him. And that should be good.
3 white lights, a good lift and a much smoother start to bench press for Harrison.
Andrew Rubenstein, 167.5 kilos on the bar for the lifter from Belgium. 12.5 kilos below his personal best. That's a great opener. Just waiting for the third light, and yes, 3 wide lights. Now Eli Brody, he's third last out in the bench press, and he will be last out in deadlifts if there are no changes. Well, he's been told to re-rack it, and he's got time. You can see in the screen it's down to 20 seconds, Not quite sure what the reason was. Obviously there was a reason.
Oh, he manages to lock it out, but that is a
Wow.
tough opener.
That shouldn't be that hard for an opener. And he gets 3 white lights, but Amelia, where's he going to go?
Well, it really depends if that was a strength issue or he just felt a bit flustered from having to re-rack and then quickly unrack and go with the timer ticking down. So we'll see, but I think somewhere in between where he wanted to go and there.
Balint Nagy from Hungary, 182.5. Oh, it's a great opener.
Three white lights, a good lift.
One more in the first round, and it's Temeshwara Tamas, and he is going 182.5 as well.
Yeah, he also got the heaviest squat of the flight as well.
He did. And 182.5, of course, is the magic over 400 pounds number in powerlifting. And that is what both the Hungarians are opening on. Only 5 kilos away from his PB. But he did much the same in the squat. Taking it off himself. Yeah, it looks good.
Slow but steady, 3 white lights.
And at the end of the first round, it's the 2 Hungarians leading the group, both on 182.5. And Brody from Israel third with 175. But as we've said, has he got any further room to move into the second round? And it's Miroslav Nekash from Czechia, 10 kilo jump to 165 kilos.
This leaves him just 5 kilos below his best.
Oh, lovely smooth bench press.
Wow, I know we say it a lot, but that really could have been his opener.
His second was certainly easier than Brody's first.
I think a few people's might be, but like we said, it might just be him being rushed.
Paglekins from Latvia, taking 167.5 kilos.
Very cool, calm, collected. He never feels rushed onto the platform. That's for certain. Let's hope it doesn't come back to bite him at some point.
Bit too phased, but should be good.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift. It was like a tempo double paused bench press, but it moved well.
I've done a few of them in my time, never intentionally. Now Hurgarek from Croatia, 167.5. And we just wait for the third light. And 3 white lights. Hussein from Denmark, jumping 10 kilos to 172.5. Remember, we started as a flight of 10. It's a flight of 9 for the final 2 rounds of bench press because Blazekovic made a nominal opener and then scratched his other 2 lifts, we presume because of injury. So this is Hussein. Worked hard all the way through that and gets 3 white lights.
Our next lifter is Asena Iceland, 172.5.
Now Harrison Asena from Iceland taking 172.5 for his second attempt. First was nice and smooth. And so was the second.
Just waiting for that centre referee light. I can't imagine too much being wrong with it. Let's have a look at that again in the replay. Yeah, and 3 white lights, a good lift.
4 to go in the second round. Next up is Rubenstein from Belgium, 177.5. A 10 kilo jump that takes him within 2.5 kilos of his PB. Another lifter who unracks unassisted. And that's good.
Three white lights, a good lift for Andrew.
Now Brody next, and he's taking a 5 kilo jump from 175 to 180. If you remember, it looked really difficult. We weren't sure if it was just too heavy or at his limit, or if it was because he had to re-rack and everything was a little bit rushed. We'll soon find out.
Jumped 5 kilos, so I imagine that is, as we were saying, somewhere in between what's sensible and what he wanted to jump.
It's good.
3 white lights, a good lift. Still hard, but still moving. And that's what counts more than anything.
It was certainly easier than his first one.
Yeah, it really was. I think there was a couple elements, maybe it being quite heavy anyway, but also being rushed because that was slow but better.
Now the 2 Hungarians. First up is Tamas, and he's taking 187.5. Naj will take 192.5 after him, but this is to match his personal best in the second round.
Ooh, it looked slightly like it might have dipped there to me.
Could have. Let's wait for the referees. Yes, it did.
Yeah. Usually I don't like to say something too soon, but it seemed like quite a big dip there.
I think the right elbow didn't meet depth either. The left one did, but the right one didn't.
Yeah, unfortunately a no lift. Got a couple of different infractions there.
So Naj from Hungary last out in the second round, 192.5 to take him within 2.5 kilos of his personal best. Looks good.
3 white lights, a good lift, and leaves some little more in the tank heading into thirds.
A reminder, at the end of the third round we'll have a 10-minute break and then come back and do both the 63 and 93 B group deadlifts. But Miroslav Nekas from Czechia coming out with 172.5. This will give him a new PB by 2.5 kilos. David Lupas, the former world champion, super heavyweight, in the coaching corner. It looks good.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Now Paglekins, Latvia, 172.5.
Walking with a bit more purpose this time. He is dialed in.
Looks good.
Yeah, very well executed third attempt and a good lift.
Hurgarek from Croatia is taking 175 kilos for a new personal best.
Yeah, the 167 moved well. I wonder what 7.5 kilos more will look like on his bench press.
No, just a little bit too much.
Yeah, as you said, 7.5 is a bit too ambitious there.
Now Using, 177.5 on the bar for the Danish lifter, 5 kilos above his personal best.
Oh, a great fight.
Real grind, but I didn't see anything wrong with it, and it's 3 white lights. Now it's another big jump, 7.5 kilos for Asena from Iceland. This would give him 5 kilo PB if successful. Just getting himself mentally ready before he tackles the weight. Great lift.
Yeah, really well picked there. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Well, we didn't see many smiles from him in the squat, but we're seeing a few in the bench press. Now, Andrew Rubinstein, 182.5. Been very impressive with his first 2 lifts. This will give him a new personal best, and he will get into the 400 club. As before, unracking the bar himself. He's battling, but no, not quite, I'm afraid. Well, Brody's gone up another 5 kilos from Israel to 185 kilos.
Yeah, managed to put 5 kilos on after that difficult opener, so perhaps he can again here.
This will give him a chance of second in the group. No, I thought for a moment he was going to be able to grind that through, but no, it's a no lift.
It did look like his hips began to lift as well during that. Which, you know, is a natural thing when you are, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
It's a natural thing when you're trying to get something that heavy away from your face. But unfortunately, it's just too much today.
Now, Temeshvari Tamas missed 187.5, retaking the same weight. I always think if you miss 5 kilos more than you've opened on, you've had a risky opener. So can he get it at the second time of asking? Oh, much, much better.
Yeah, there it is. 3 white lights, a good lift.
And finally, 197.5 kilos on the bar for Balint Naj. This, if successful, will be a new personal best, and it will leave him on the verge of being in the 200 club. Oh, it's a great bench.
Yeah, and I think 200 will be there next time.
Absolutely. 3 white lights. And that's the end of the 93B group bench press. Just to summarize the results, Naj wins with 197. Well, Naj leads with 197.5. Tamash is second, 187.5. Brody third with 180, ahead of Asena, only on body weight. We'll go to a short break. Join us again in a little under 10 minutes for the deadlifts.
See you then. Hello and welcome back to the 2024 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Velika Gorica, Croatia. As before, we have the 63 kilo and 93 kilo B groups. Just as a reminder, the A flights are going to be this afternoon at 3:30 local time. So come back for the battles then, but for now we head into deadlifts of the B groups. As we can see the running order here. Kicking us off, we have Eva Juric from Croatia, 142.5 kilos, opening just 10 kilos shy of her personal best.
She's been very happy and smiley all day long.
Yeah, and if her squat and bench is anything to go off, she'll probably PB her deadlift here as well.
That, believe it or not, is a 20 kilo total PB with her first deadlift.
Yeah, incredibly impressive. And it'll only go up from there. 150 kilos now for Yulia Malinovska from Ukraine. 2.5 kilos below her personal best for her opening attempt.
Also for a PB in total. Currently 367.5. This would give her 380.
Looks nice and steady there. Solid opening attempt and a good lift. And as usual with every successful opener we see, they secure their total as they manage to get a squat and bench in on the board. Leah Zunic now, Croatia, opening on 160 kilos. And this would match her total PB, as well as being 10 kilos below her deadlift PB. And that is a good lift. We now have Jana Dutodois from Belgium, 160 kilos.
That was a fast one.
And 3 white lights, a good lift. Agata Shterkova now 165 kilos for her opening attempt.
Again, this for a new total PB by 2.5 kilos with 2 rounds to go after it. Lovely.
Big smile, 3 white lights, secures her total. All in all, a great opener. $165 kilos for Cynthia Seltner from Switzerland. Lovely, easy opening attempt there for Cynthia. 3 white lights, a good lift. $165 kilos for Katja Eichbacher, also from Switzerland. 392.5 is her current total. Still a little bit way behind that now, but definitely can build up to reaching it. A little slower there at lockout, but still a very solid opener. Katja.
With kudos figure of 192.5 kilos. Bars loaded for Kilmartin of Ireland.
192.5 kilos for Catherine Kilmartin from Ireland. She has a huge deadlift PB of 203 kilos. As we said before, still relatively new to the sport and very new to the international platform. So an incredibly large opener for the Irish athlete. Let's see how this moves.
And I wonder how close she might get to a medal from the B group.
Wow, that was lovely and easy there for Catherine. I'm looking forward to seeing where she goes for her second and then her third. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Into second attempt, 152.5 for Croatia's Tiva Juric. Followed by Malinovska and Strokova.
That was a fabulous opener.
Yeah, I'm really not so far away from her personal best. We move straight through now to the second attempts with all athletes securing a deadlift and a total. Eva Juric now, 152.5 kilos to match her personal best on deadlift. A 10 kilo jump from her opener, setting her on track to PB her squat, bench, deadlift and total. And just like that,
Smashed it.
gives herself a round of applause. And she deserves it. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Malinovska of Ukraine. Strokova, get ready. Bars loaded for Malinovska.
We now have Yulia Malinovska from Ukraine taking a 10 kilo jump to 160 for a 7.5 kilo personal best. A little bit tougher there on her second, but a good lift nonetheless. 3 white lights. I suspect we'll see a slightly smaller jump there for her third. What do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. That was really working, wasn't it?
170 kilos for Agata Sterkova now. A 5 kilo jump from her opener, leaving her just 2.5 kilos below her personal best on deadlift. And this will also give her a 400 kilo total even. And that's 3 white lights, a good lift.
Having a really, really good day.
Rest of the bar to complete.
$172.5 kilos for Katja Eichbacher from Switzerland. 7.5 kilo jump, leaving her 7.5 kilos below her current best deadlift. Getting very close to those 3 red plates aside.
What a grind all the way up.
3 white lights, a good lift, and yeah, it was a great fight there from Katja. Gonna have some trouble at that lockout come the third attempt. Leah Zunic now from Croatia, 172.5 kilos for a 2.5 kilo PB. This is 12.5 on top of her opener. A very solid attempt. 3 white lights, a good lift. And we are flying through these deadlifts with just 3 second attempts left. First of which is Jana Dutedois from Belgium, jumping 12.5 kilos to 172.5. Wow, just like her opener, that was still super easy. 3 white lights, a good lift. We now have Cynthia Zeltner from Switzerland jumping 15 kilos to 180 for her second attempt, leaving her just 5 kilos shy of her personal best.
That looked good.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift. Now we move on to our final second attempt before heading through to our third and final attempts. Catherine Kilmartin of Ireland, she has a PB of 203 kilos and is looking to extend that here on her second attempt. So already a huge deadlift, 205 kilos, a 12.5 kilo jump from her opener. Her opener was so easy.
Must have an eye on an overall deadlift medal.
Let's see how this moves. 12.5 kilos more.
Oh, that's strong.
Yeah, I got stuck for such a short moment in time. 3 white lights, a good lift, and moved well.
Well, she's got a PB with 1 lift to go. If she wants a medal, what may she have to go to?
Yeah, I'm seeing perhaps a 2:10 third attempt. What do you reckon there, Martin?
Yeah, I think something around that to give herself a chance.
We now move to our third and final attempt. And for the last time, we have Eva Juric from Croatia, 162.5 kilos, and she seems in great spirits. And she should be. She has had an incredible day. And this would be for another personal best. 10 kilo personal best on deadlift. Wow.
She gets it.
3 white lights, a good lift, and honestly, I'm still not sure how strong she is because every third attempt still looked pretty easy for her. Great day for her. Bar is now loaded for Yulia Maneovska for Ukraine, 170 kilos for a 10 kilo personal best.
And to give her a 400 total for the first time ever. Big lift for her. No.
Just too much there, unfortunately. Just noticed actually she's wearing wrist straps, which some athletes do to try and keep their hands closed on the bar. Try and help their grip a little bit. And that was our first fail of the whole flight. Incredibly well they're doing that. The second, third attempt to be the first fail. We now have Agata Shterkova from Czechia, 175 kilos. A new PB and a big milestone, 3 red plates aside. she's so close to locking it out.
Oh, she just kept working and kept working.
3 white lights, a good lift, and a well-deserved celebration there.
I think she's quite happy with that.
Yeah, a big milestone to get those 3 red plates aside. Katja Eichbacher now, 177.5 kilos, a 5 kilo jump from her second attempt.
And looking forward, you were right about Kilmartin. She has gone 210.
Wow, it went sideways and she still... Wow, she did an incredible job even to get it to there. The bar was drifting away from her, going diagonal, going sideways. A great effort, but a hard position to pull from. Look at that, twisting her body. But that's usually where conventional lifters get stuck at lockout. Leah Zunic now from Croatia, 177.5 kilos for a 5 kilo personal best on deadlift and a 5 kilo personal best on her total if she gets this. Can she finish it off? It's still going. Wow.
What a fight!
Look at that. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Wow!
How's that for grit?
Oh, amazing. That kind of sums up the sport of powerlifting. Just don't give up, don't give up. Keep pulling.
3 lifts remaining before we head straight through to the 93B group. First up, though, we have Jana Dutedois from Belgium, 180 kilos for a 5 kilo personal best and a 7.5 kilo PB on her total.
Again, she worked really well to get that right to the top.
3 white lights, a good lift, and yeah, a phenomenal third attempt there. Our penultimate lifter now, Cynthia Zeltner, taking a 10 kilo jump to her third for 190, 5 kilo PB on deadlift and a 10 kilo PB on total if she makes this.
And again, great pull.
Yeah, that looked really, really good. A couple kilos left in the tank, but a much safer decision rather than risking it there. And our final lifter of this morning for the women, Catherine Kilmartin, and as suspected has gone up 5 kilos to 210 for a total of a 7 kilo PB today on her deadlift, and maybe, just maybe, a shot at the medals in deadlift overall. We'll have to wait for the A group later, but for now, Catherine Kilmartin, 210 kilos. Let's see if she can do it.
This to win the group by 20 kilos.
Oh, she manages to lock it out. Let's wait for the light, see if it was one smooth movement.
She gets it 2-1.
Yeah, she just gets a blue there. Perhaps a downward movement. Let's look just in case, because the jury will be 2. I think her body moved, but I don't know if the bar did actually go
the bar
down.
Went down. I think that'll be fine.
Keep my eye on the jury for now, but we are moving straight through to the deadlifts of the 93B group. And I think Kilmartin's deadlift remains, so 210 is her final number.
Now we move on to the 93s, and it's Oskars Padlekins from Latvia to get things underway with a deadlift of 265 kilos. well below his PB of 300, so this should be a comfortable opener for him.
Bars loaded. 265 kilos for my Dragons.
And we've come to get used to it, him strolling onto the platform a little late for his openers. But it works well for him.
Nice opener.
And 3 white lights, a good lift.
Now Balint Naj from Hungary, 267.5 kilos. Looks good.
Three white lights, a good lift.
Harrison Asena from Iceland next, 270 kilos. Opening quite close to his PB again. But of course a new lifter, only been competing for 1 year, so he will improve very, very quickly. Nice.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Now Miroslav Nekash from Czechia, and he will open 20 kilos below his PB on 270 kilos. Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, that looked super comfortable for him, and is a good lift. 3 white lights.
Now Temeshvari Tamas from Hungary, 275 kilos. Will be the next out. 15 kilos below his personal best. And that's a good lift, and with that he has equalled his total PB with 2 lifts remaining. Leonardo Blazakovic will be up next as we see the replay, and he will tackle 280 kilos. His PB 300.5, which is or was a record of sorts in Croatia. It's a great opener.
Yeah, really snappy there. 3 white lights, a good lift. And of course he only ended up coming out for that first 100 kilo bench due to what we believe is an injury. So glad to see it's not affecting his deadlift.
Andrew Rubenstein is next, 280 kilos. He's coming in 30 kilos below his PB. Great opener.
Yeah, that looked really easy and comfortable for him. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Same weight on the bar for Luka Hugarek from Croatia. He's 15 kilos below his best for his first round attempt. Looks good. And we just wait for all 3 referees. I think one of the referees is having a slight problem. She is pressing, but nothing's happening. And we just wait before we can proceed.
Yeah.
And thumbs up, it's 3. There we are. 3 white lights. Now, Daniel Emil Using, 285 kilos.
It's a personal best of 307.5 kilos for his deadlift.
And that looked good.
Yeah, nice smooth opener there. And 3 white lights.
1 to go, and it's Eli Brody, Israel, 300 kilos.
He's just asking for the bar to be brushed down, I believe. Which usually they do before they come onto the platform, but they're still allowed to. The clock is reset for him.
Easy.
Yeah, he did look a little bit wobbly at lockout, but the bar moved very quickly. Let's have a look at that again on the replay. Yeah, it looked like he almost lost the bar there, but luckily he held on to it.
Well, the jury head is going over to the speaker. I'm just wondering what, if anything, that might indicate.
I think he's saying if they ask for the bar to be brushed down on the platform, don't reset the clock.
Yeah, that's...
Which I think is normal.
Yes. Now, this is Naj, second round, 280 kilos. Looks good.
3 white lights, a good lift. And in all that commotion, we forgot to mention that everybody got their opener in and secured a total.
Good point. That's great news. Solid column of green in the first round of lifts. And this is Paglekins from Latvia, 280 kilos. That looks good. Yeah, 3 white lights.
Bar is loaded. 282
Now Harrison Asena,
license Harrison Asena.
282.5 kilos for a 7.5 kilo PB, and also a 7.5 kilo PB on total. Well, after all the problems in squat, he seems almost on cruise control now. That's 3 wide lights. Now Miroslav Nekash from Czechia is up next with 285 kilos, just 5 kilos below his personal best. 15 kilo jump, and this would give him a huge total PB as well of 737.5. Looks good.
3 white lights, a good lift, and yeah, still moving really well for him. He's looked really strong throughout the day.
Certainly has. Now Blažeković taking 295. As you said, Amelia, this is the lifter who only made a nominal 100 kilo bench press. We imagine there is some sort of injury.
And this is just 5.5 kilos below his PB, and as you mentioned, probably was or is a Croatian record. So let's hope this moves well, and he could be extending that on his third.
And that's a good lift.
Yep, 3 white lights. For those of you at home a bit newer to powerlifting, you can make national records at internationals. You just can't chip them. They have to be whole jumps of 2.5 kilos.
Now Hugarek from Croatia, Luka Hugarek, 295 to equal his deadlift PB. And to hit 700 kilos, he's been past that before, of course. And that looks strong. Thought the bar was going to get away from him for a moment there, but it didn't. And 3 wide lights. Temesvari Tamas from Hungary will take 297.5 next. That's for a 7.5 kilo deadlift PB, and also a massive total PB. This would take him to 770. Well, it was a bit 3-phase, but I didn't see the bar coming down at all. Should be good.
Yep, 3 wide lights, a good lift. It can be as many phases as you want, as long as it doesn't go
Absolutely.
down. I mean, I'm sure you'd prefer it wasn't, but it's not against the rules.
Andrew Rubenstein next, 300 kilos.
Yeah, jumping 20 kilos from his opener. Now his PB is 310, so this is a number he's done before and hopefully he can do easily now. He expended a lot of energy in that last squat, so hopefully it doesn't bother him too much in these couple last deadlifts.
Great lift.
Yeah, it didn't seem to bother him at all. 3 white lights.
Daniel Emil Ussing from Denmark is taking 3:02.5. This will put him to 750 and a new total PB by 2.5 kilos. And again, it looked good.
3 white lights, that's a good lift.
315 kilos next for Israel's
Eli Brody last up in the second round. And I'm dying to say something and I'm not going to say it. And again he's asking for the bar to be cleaned, and this time the clock will not be stopped.
Yeah, so if you ask before you've stepped onto the platform, they'll stop the clock and restart it again. But if you're already on the platform, the time is of your own.
He's still got 30 seconds plus left.
Yeah, I did say on his opener that lockout looked a little wobbly.
Yeah.
Is he okay this time?
No. Wasn't locked out, was it?
No,
Just watch
and
the replay.
you can see the bar is just slipping anyway. Yeah, he managed to keep hold of it on his opener, but already then it was looking a little bit sticky.
Already we're into the third round. What's happening?
Yeah,
It's
this is
so
moving
fast.
quick.
Yeah. And just if you're new to powerlifting, in the third round of deadlifts, the bar gets cleaned between each lift, so it will slow down fractionally. But these guys even clean the bar quickly. And this is Naj from Hungary. 287.5 for a new PB deadlift and a new PB total. No, just too much.
Yeah, and the reason the bar's brushed down, of course, is it just, cleanliness, but more so that it gets so packed up with chalk and talcum powder. You want to give the lifters the best chance possible to pull their last and heaviest deadlift.
So this is Harrison Asena. Another 10 kilos. He PB'd in deadlift in total in the second round. So this is for more PBs in both.
Just glued.
Can't lock it. Well, I'm glad I didn't say what I wanted to say before Brody lifted, was that it was 2 rounds of all green with 1 lifter to go. Since Brody missed that 3:15, we haven't had a successful lift yet. And this is Nekas from Czechia. Can he be the first? 300 kilos, 10 kilo PB.
Yeah, 300 kilos is a huge milestone deadlift. Be a great way to finish the day. As we said, he's been lifting so well today.
And it'll push his total PB up to 752.5 kilos. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Don't
Worried
think
he
that
might
was
get blues.
locked. Blues or reds. And we wait again for all reds.
Yeah, he just leant back, but not quite locked out, unfortunately. Great day nonetheless.
Now, Oskar Paglekins from Latvia. His third final attempt is also 300 kilos. Taking a 15 kilo jump first to second, a 20 kilo jump second to third, and this will equal his personal best in both deadlift and total. No, just too much.
Yeah, that was a 20-kilo jump from his second.
And we still await the first good lift of the third round. Can it be Blažeković from Croatia? He comes out to take 302.5 kilos for a 2-kilo personal best.
Yeah, and a 7.5-kilo jump seems a little bit more sensible here. So, as you said, let's see if he can be the first to make his final attempt.
Of course, nowhere near a total PB because he made a nominal bench press. Oh, it looks good.
And as the Croatian crowd roars.
2-1. Far side referee called it on lockout. I think it'll be good. But we're seeing her angle. Yeah, I think that's good.
The first person to make their final attempt.
And the other Croatian lifter, Hurgarek, comes out. Take 302.5 as well. Big PB if he gets it. He's coming, it's coming, it's coming. The crowd are helping it up. Wow. And he locks it out. What? Wait for the cheer of the lights are white. And they are.
What an incredible final pull that was. He really worked through every second of that deadlift from start to finish. And you're right, we've absolutely flown through these deadlifts.
Now, Temeshvari Tamas, 305 kilos for a 7.5 kilo deadlift PB and for a 7.5 kilo total PB. Set PBs in both in the second round, of course. This is to push them yet further. Can he go over 300 for the first time? Oh, yes, he can. And the referees say yes. 3 wide lights. Next 2 lifters are both in 315 kilos. First up, Daniel Emil Ussing from Denmark. Coach Jonas gives him a last-minute slap on the back. He's pulling and he's pulling.
His hand began to slip, but I think it was after the command.
No, he misses it 2-1. Gets one for lockout, which I was wondering about. And also gets a yellow.
Yeah, it started to slip there.
Now, Eli Brody, well, his PB is 3.26.
Yeah, just a little bit wobbly at that lockout and just couldn't quite complete the lift.
And again, lifting on the international stage, a totally different experience from anything he'll have had before. No, 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 not quite. Not today. And he has to settle for the 300 kilos with which he opened the deadlift. And there is one more lift of this first session. And it will be Andrew Rubenstein from Belgium. And he is going 317.5. He opened at 280. He's finishing in 317.5. This will be a 7.5 kilo deadlift PB, just below his total PB.
He's looked super strong all the way throughout the deadlifts. This would be a huge PB for him should he get this, and leading the B group out.
Oh, that is a good deadlift to finish the session. Look at the joy. I think he liked that one. Great lifting from Rubenstein.
An incredible celebration as well.
I hope some camera somewhere in the building caught that. That was fantastic. Well, Amelia, it may have been just the B groups, but we've seen some really, really good lifting this morning.
Yeah, it was just the B group, but not just the B group. It was a really, really exciting session, really great lifting, and I know this afternoon is going to promise the same, and that will be at 3:30 local time that we'll see that.
Yeah, before we go, there are the totals from the B group. Tamas leads with 777.5, Usain second 750, Rubenstein third with 742.5. Join us again at 15:30 local time for the 63 and 93 A groups. It promises to be wonderful.
See you then.